Today we have a very special beta cast for version 9.0. Not only are we showing off another new map that will be included with the update, but we have a return of the OG Níðhöggr. Now let's get right into it. On the upper right hand side we have a Mordor being played by Thena, going up against an Isengard on the bottom left, played by Níðhöggr. Now if anyone remembers Níðhöggr from older versions of the mod, they will know that we are in for a treat. And now, reminder, Níðhöggr has been away for quite some time, but he is as fresh as ever when it comes to PvP. So let's get right into it. We have Thena starting off with the Orc Warrior, but if we look at his base, he went for a 3 farm and triple Orc barracks in his base just to actually protect the farms a little bit better in the early game here against the Wildman. It seems we definitely don't see a 4th farm anywhere here on the map, and again, this looks to be a new thing that Thena is just possibly trying out right now in the matchup. Over here we happen to see that Nid is going for another Wildman, and he's got one already heading over towards Thena's base. So with the layout here, honestly, Thena's got a pretty good defense lined up, and Nid is going to have to work for it just a little bit more. We see another Orc Warrior battalion for sure, and Nid has Wildman going up on the northern side as well for the defense. Let's take a look at the spell book. We have a War Chant for the pick from Níðhöggr and 400 CP against Athena's Cracks of Doom and 400 CP. Looks like Nid might be going for this recently placed farm. He's already got the Athena's already got the Orc Warriors in position to defend. Okay, Níðhöggr with the end of the Wildman sword, and he's about to position on the farm. Cracks of Doom going off though, but War Chant for the extra armor. Let's see if he actually gets the kill, and I think he's going to secure the kill. He is on aggressive stance, so extra 25% damage, and he's going to get the kill. Nice. Last second right there, secures the kill. Now again, as a reminder, we did do a soft adjustment on Cracks of Doom damage against spam, so that also helped in the case right there. And on this map for 9.0, we also have spider lairs, which are rather rare to see in Age of the Ring, but we figured we would try it here. We have a Uruk pit coming up for Nid, and we also have a Warg pit as well with his initial start. So one of each of Isengard's key structures. Warguard is moving up on the north, while we happen to have the Wildman moving on the right. Probably going to go for that farm right over there. And it looks like Thena's going to end up getting this. Okay. They could probably trade. Yeah, obviously Nid's going to win that trade. So look back over here. It's going right in on this farm, but Thena's going to defend it just fine. Wargriders trying to find their place, but Orc Pikes are able to defend right there. Now again, with Thena's base layout, he's doing a pretty good job of defending here. He's got another Orc barracks right there as well around the key farm. But we do happen to have the Wildman moving up over here on the right, taking out another farm of Thena's. Now, again, like I said, Nid has been away for quite some time, but he's as fresh as ever. And we have Orc Pikes here for the creeping. Ooh, yikes. Unlucky with the trample from the War Creep. Unlucky, but anyways, the Pikes are going to take care of them. Warguard is moving on over from the center. Thena's got a crowd up on the left of the map, but we do see quick black Uruks from Thena as well. So Níðhöggr is going to have to deal with that. We do happen to see that Mordor's only at 450 CP against Isengard's 550. And Thena saves this farm right over here. So Nid's got to pull back slightly. He's got to counter this Orc Warrior clump, but he's also got some pressure up here on the north. Another Orc Scout battalion coming out. No more Warg Riders right now, but we do have a fresh Pike battalion on its way. He's going to finish creeping that. And Thena happens to get one of the new farms right there. The Black Uruk battalion. I'd really like to see early Black Urks here for Mordor, just because it's going to hold up a little bit better, of course, you know, well, not a little bit, but a lot better than the Orc Warriors. And we don't see Varyogs here. And on live, I would say Varyogs are the preference very often for Mordor over Black Urks. Ooh, but wait a second, is he going to get... Nope, he passes this, okay. That could have been an easy grab if he had just gone right here and hit Howl on the initial building. It was at 0% when he got there. But okay, Nid could stop and just creep this warg there real quick for some free gold. He could commit, try to get this builder, but again, I mean, pikes are indeed too close, so you may as well move. Looks like he's just going to pivot. He's going to go back towards the base. Take a look back down here. We have War Chant going on here. And Urk Scouts with the Wildman are going to push back the Black Urks, who seem to have gotten stuck right there in the engagement. Okay, another farm just went down here for Níðhöggr. Second Urk pit, though, coming up. But the first one is being upgraded to level 2. So early Urkai, I would say, more or less at this point in the match. For Isengard, and Nid is 4 points in the lead, technically 5 points. And with 650 CP for Mordor and 550 for Isen. So Thena has him beat on the expansion side, but as far as trades go, it looks like Níðhöggr is in the lead. And we have another furnace dropped right here in the back of the base. He's definitely going to end up having to take the time to protect that. He could lose it potentially. And we have the first hero on the field for Mordor. It's a Nazgul, as expected. Now Isengard's going to be forced to put some better pikes down because the Wildman pikes may not always be sufficient in some cases, especially when the Nazgul's debuff comes on in. Let's just take a second to appreciate the new Isengard button art on the fortress for the upgrade buttons and everything. It's just such a good vibe. Okay, the Nazgul over here looks to be going and feeding off of the Warg Riders. So this is what Nid has to be careful of now, is since there's a Nazgul, he's going to be countering the cavalry, and he does not want to feed. He may end up getting it. Yep, Thena's Nazgul just hit level 2. One more level, it's going to access the Screech, and that's going to be the power spike Mordor needs to kind of put some pikes into their favor. Ooh, wait a second though. Goldor Bulwarks, very nice. Okay, a rare sight of an in unit. Very rare sight, but a cool one indeed. Over here on the left, we happen to have another engagement where Urk Scouts are going against the Black Urks. And he's definitely going to... I would definitely just pull out of this just so I save the battalion a bit. There's no way he's going to, like, win that. He's going to lose the battalion more or less. Okay, and again, Thena chilling over here. Thena's over here. There's a lot going on everywhere in this match. Nazgul still level 2, no progression there. Tough call here. Tough call here about the Urk Pike value. Leaving them up against the Black Urks and the Orc Pikes. Tough call. Tough positioning on that one by Nid. Okay, but we do have the Warg Riders going up north. It would be nice if we saw some quick banner purchase for these battalions here just to get the replenishment when they're roaming around the map. Let's take a look there. One thing I am surprised about, though, is that we're not seeing lumber mills quite yet from Níðhöggr or Thena. And typically these two guys are the dudes that are going to spam lumber mills like crazy in the games where they can, because they know how valuable lumber mill economy is. All right, we have Howl used on all these, but again, the Nazgul getting too close here just to feed off of the Warg Riders. So Níðhöggr really has to pull these out before he ends up feeding to Screech. And we happen to have Tainted Land picked here by Isengard. Now 6 points as well in Isengard's bank at this time. 775 CP to at 3 points in the bank is 750 CP. Thena's gone for Slaves Unknown, using it on one of the key farms. And only 44 tick. And again, as a reminder, Slaves Unknown is now 200% economy gain. So the furnace, the farm, or Gorkroth Foundry, because we also allowed it to be used on that, only gets its economy bumped to 200%. Okay, he's got to be careful with the pike placement here, especially near the black Urks. But he does have fighting Uruk-hai, so if you move them up from the rear, that'd be just fine. I'd love to see the Goldor Bulwark value though. Same radius as the Vault Warden leadership. And again, it's just a unit that's only on Ravanian map. So it's another cool thing. And yeah, they do use the Ravager voice lines, I would say. I believe that's what they use for their voice lines. Oh man, the spider lair creep going up against the farm. Unlucky for Thena that he is losing a farm to the spider lair creeps. Now again, Nazgul about to get level 3 here on the trample. Access to Screech is going to be a big deal, so Níðhöggr is going to have to work around the crowd control. I think he's just going to end up going right around the corner here. We'll see. He's not putting them in formation. Now he's putting them in formation. Very nice. Okay, back down here on Isengard's POV. We do have an armory here for Níðhöggr now. Banners have been purchased. Very cool. Nid is starting to make lumber mills, which is very nice. And let's see, no new tech yet from Mordor, but he has gone for a 4th orc barracks some time ago, so he's just keeping up with the orc pressure at this moment. Now this is a decent harass group by Thena right now. He's got at least 2 black orc battalions in here, it looks like. So Níðhöggr is going to have to be very careful when it comes to the right side of his economy right here. What's happening over here? The Nazgul just harassing. Okay, no big deal. But the Black Urks being unprotected would be pretty... Oh, and we do happen to have the Warg Riders moving up to the north on the left side of the map, going in for that sweet trample. But we don't happen to have Sharku yet at all, or Lartz even on the field right now. Take a look over here. Scouts going back towards the base, trying to defend against some units coming in from Thena right now. Looks like there's just an orc warrior in the base, and he's kind of split off over here still. He may just be distracted by the spider lair. And Shagrat, though, now on the field for Thena. So I wonder if Thena's going to go for the orc archer and Shagrat play, or if he's just going for the black orc leadership at level 5 from Loyalty to Lugburs. We just have War Chant pop off here. So Thena's going to lose that farm. Let's take a look. Armory is still level 1. Maybe 3 more minutes. It might be level 2. Maybe. And Níðhöggr has gone for build me an army. Okay. So I think build me an army, if I'm not mistaken, has received a health nerf compared to its live counterpart. Instead of 3,500 health, it is now 2,500 health. And Níðhöggr looks to have gone for the Uruk pikes from the structure. Now, Mordor is 2 points away from tier 3, 750 CP to Isengard's 850 CP and 4 points after tier 3 pickup. Okay, Isengard on the retreat from there. Could do a decent push here down the center right now with that group. It's interesting to see that Thena has gone for the tower here. It's more of a flavor thing that doesn't really get used too often, but very surprising to say the least that he is using it at the moment. And we have Lartz now on the field. Rather late in the game for Lartz to be called, I would say. A little bit late. But let's see how he does at this point, because the Nazgul is already level 4. Screech just kicked off. And look at that. Okay. Man, imagine if the Uruk pikes were positioned right here and the Nazgul just ended up like screwing itself over right there on that movement. That would have been crazy. Okay, again, Thena chilling here. It looks like he's got some black orcs on that furnace. He's got another group over here. And he's got another group coming off to the right. And down in the center, Níðhöggr is trying to fight off past the tainted land drop. Above, fighting Uruk-hai in formation. Some fighting Uruk-hai on the retreat. Good clump right there, though, for that Orc Warrior Battalion. Plenty of them on the structure. Take a look over here to the left. And we do happen to have Sharku on the field with the Warg Riders now for that support. We're going to see what kind of chaos this causes for Thena in particular, or if he's going to be able to defend pretty adequately. Oh, rates on wings, though, from Thena. He could be going for Sharku, but we do see that the Terror just got used here. I wonder if he's going to go for Sharku, or if he's going to go for the Warg Riders or the units. Okay, it looks like Thena's going for the infantry. Let's take a look over here. One Fell Beast back over, attacking the furnace on the right. And again, looks like Thena's still got the control group on the right there. Let's take a look. Nid trying to get another farm near the base. Level 2 farm, so that'd be a decent loss for Thena. And Thena is starting to make some lumber mills. He's got one lumber mill at the moment. Let's take a look back at Níðhöggr's base. He's got a few lumber mills. He's got at least 3 lumber mills at the moment going for him, which is pretty good. Now 600 CP for Mordor, 700 for Eisen. Tier 1 Horn is available, as well as Cracks of Doom for Thena. And we see Shagrat. Now, I'm very surprised Thena's not trying to spam out some Orc Archers here for that Shagrat leadership, but we do happen to have a Drummer Troll hit in the field, so Mordor has gone for the Troll tech, and he's not using Mountain Trolls, but he seems to probably just be going for Drummer Trolls and Attack Troll later. We shall see how it pans out. Drummer Troll Terror heading off. And Grima's just hit the field as well for Níðhöggr. Okay, again, 18 points now for Eisen, 825 CP, 16 points and 750 CP for Mordor. So Eisen's going to end up with Wrath of Kahadra since they went with this spellbook path. And that's going to be an interesting choice, just depending on the timing it gets used. We'll see what kind of value Níðhöggr gets from it. And Thena's going to end up with Fires or Urdwin unless he pivots at some point. But very likely that both of these guys are going to go to tier 4 right now in this match. Okay, again, no pikes though, but we do have Drummer Trolls clapping the Warg Riders. Okay, Sharku just dispersed with his group. Nazgul level 1, so Thena has 2 Nazgul now. Let's see. He's going after the Spider Lair. Níðhöggr's trying to get rid of that. Oh wait, looking back at Mordor's base, he happens to have the Fell Beast upgrade on the fortress. Alright, so we could be seeing Thena going for Fell Beast on the Nazgul and ditching the mount just because of the Uruk Pike gameplay that we're seeing. So this is going to be interesting to see how potentially Níðhöggr ends up counteracting Fell Beast's logic here in the match. And it looks like he's just got Sharku trying to defend this furnace. Now, it would be cool if Sharku was used more for the Drummer Troll right now. They are beefy boys, but Sharku's got decent damage. He's used typically as well to counter Mountain Troll, so we're going to see how it goes. Looks like the Drummer Troll got the farm, as well as the units here. Okay. 3k in the bank, though, for Mordor. Very close to tier 4. And Isengard 3 points away, 850 CP. The armory is about to be level 3. We do see heavy armor has been purchased, though, and he's yet to get forged blades or fire arrows. Okay, let's take a look. Shagrat still chilling, level 6. Now we also have Mount the Sauron on the field. Okay. So this is yet another hero that Isengard has to handle. Now we have yet to see any Berserkers, and Berserkers are typically Isengard's go-to when Lurtz doesn't have Cripple access or Relentless Warrior, you know, available to the user's disposal. But it's very interesting right now that Níðhöggr is not going for any Berserkers. Very interesting. Because he could try to clean up some of these heroes right now with that in mind. Because I think, where's Lurtz? Lurtz is only level 2, so Nid's not getting perfect value. But we do see Fires of Urdwin dropped here on Níðhöggr. F in the chat on that one. Let's take a look over here. We have 1 point away from Níðhöggr getting his tier 4, 875 CP. And we do have Tainted Land available. So he has to play this very carefully now. I would definitely say that because of how he kind of just lost some of his army, some of his upgraded army in particular. Okay, Mouth of Sauron level 2. Sharku's still alive. Again, he is getting some units back on the field here, starting to purchase heavy armor where he can. Nazgul going after the lumber mill. We definitely need to see crossbowmen with fire arrows, I'm thinking, because that's going to be pretty big against the heroes. And we do have Rathakahadras, though. Oh, but it killed most of the army here of Thena. Thena's pulling away. Shagrat just surviving, and Mouth of Sauron as well. Now, as a reminder, 33% speed debuff on impact there in the area. But there's also a negative hero scaler associated with Rathakahadras. Thena happens to have the heavy fortress armor, so he's going for Legions of Morgul too. We happen to see the attack troll has just hit the field alongside Gothmog. So Thena's moving very quickly here. And Isengard has got to keep up. We see Níðhöggr maybe on the back foot, but wait, is the Nazgul gonna die? Is he gonna die? Oh, he got out just in time. The structure damage did not end up getting him fast enough, but he got out just in time. Look at that. Thena with the micro, getting the Nazgul out fast enough. Okay, let's see. So looks like we have a Gorgoroth Foundry somewhere on the field. Where is it? Where could it be? It's right over here. Okay, so he's building his forge pretty close to Níðhöggr's base. He's just being very aggressive right now towards Níðhöggr with this placement. Okay, Tainted Land again though is available for Isengard when they need it. And Mordor's got both tier 1s off cooldown at the moment. Sharku level 4. He's got what looks to be excavations on the fortress. Or is that Burning Forges discount? Can't tell exactly right now. I'm kind of tripping on that. I think it's the excavation. So, but I don't know. Good point. I'll have to think about that with that fortress upgrade. Okay, so Shagrat shown. He's level 7. We see a few black Uruks. Just a few, so they would benefit from loyalty to Lugbers if that was popped. Now, he should definitely try to save this forge, because if he does, he's going to have a level 2 forge for forged blades right now, and that would be pretty big for him with the Morgul Legion of Black Uruks. So we'll see if he ends up doing that. Over here on the left, we happen to see a wall hub was built. And right now, looks like the bulwarks are attacking that wall hub. Okay, I honestly think he's gonna lose. So is he gonna purchase the upgrades in time? Will he end up purchasing them in time? That's the question. Okay, so 850 CP for Mordor, 5 points in the bank, Ritz on wings off cooldown. And we happen to see 975 CP for Níðhöggr and 6 points with tier 1 and tier 2 available. Ah, man, honestly, if Thena doesn't go for the upgrades here, I would be shocked if he just kind of let that one slip. He's got the money for sure. Rates on wings just used. No fear and terror resistance. Níðhöggr is spread out very thin right now. Lert's only level 3 still, not getting enough value, not getting the kills he needs. A very tricky moment here for Isengard. Shagrat level 8. Sauron looking to be level 4. Okay, 4K in the bank now though for Mordor. So let's take a look. Is Slaves of Nirn up, or is Thena's economy doing okay with the lumber mills? I don't see Slaves of Nirn anywhere. So I'm going to say it's partly lumber mills and farms not having been taken out. That's keeping him pretty high up there. Okay, Mordor's looking in peak form right here with the heroes and the late game units on the field. And the Black Urks happen to get the armory. Okay, moving along. Sharku chilling in the base. He's probably just waiting for some Warg Riders to come back in. And who do we have here? Looks like right now Níðhöggr is definitely going around in Thena's base to take out the lumber mills. Looks like that's what's happening. Level 4 Nazgul there. Level 4 Gothmog. Okay, Dark Sorcery from Mouth of Sauron. He's got the debuff and buff for himself. Man, I'm disappointed that Thena did not get the upgrades when he had that level 2 forge. It's gonna maybe set him back. We'll see how the game continues. But he could have had such an advantage going for the Forged Blade and Heavy Armor purchase where it counted. And we have the Warg Sentry. It looks like it's chipping away at the Black Urks. Okay, Build Me an Army is still up. Urkai Crossbowman and fighting Urkai. But he's got right now the Pike selected. Still making Wildman. Oh, wait a second. The Witch King's on the field. Okay, Thena has got a very, very powerful Mordor on the field right now. Witch King, Mouth of Sauron, Gothmog, Shagra, all walking around, and potentially one Nazgul in the mix as well. So again, Witch King is level 3 now, but as a reminder, we did buff the Witch King of Angmar's HP by 300, partially reverted an old nerf from a previous patch after his performance in 8.3.1. But we also see that Thena's got an Easterling garrison right now. So he's probably going to go for Easterling archers. Oh man, level 4 Witch King. Okay. So Níðhöggr again is in for a treat here if he cannot get the hero situation under control. But again, we don't see any berserkers, and unfortunately, let's take a look here. Is Lertz around? Okay, it looks like Lertz died. That's unfortunate. Lertz died, and he doesn't happen to have, I think he doesn't have fire arrows available to him. Yeah, he doesn't have the fire arrow upgrade purchased from the forge. Very unlucky, because that would have been big against the heroes with the proper modifier support. Okay, so Mordor does happen to have Shelob, and he is gathering all evil to him off cooldown, though. 700 CP, 5 in the bank with Thena. Níðhöggr at 1000 CP, 19 in the bank. No spells off cooldown. So right now, it's a matter of value position. Like, Isengard is definitely not in the same position despite the map control, because the Mordor's spellbook is a little bit more available to him. He's got at least half the options here, despite the CP difference. So Níðhöggr has to find a way to end up managing the heroes without Lertz. He needs to definitely think about investing in the berserkers. Berserkers, or go for another armory with fire arrows. We do see Manslayers on the field, but it might be a little too late for the Manslayers to have arrived. maybe a little too late. It's not like, oh, wait a second, Witch King? Okay, these are just Wildman Pikes, so thankfully he's not going to end up taking too much heat there. And we have the Easterling Archers starting to arrive over here, though, dealing decent damage to Sharku on the way back to Isengard's base. Witch King level 5, though. So again, Níðhöggr has to be careful not to necessarily feed the Witch King in this moment and these general engagements ongoing. 13 points in the bank, 700 CP for Mordor, 1000 CP for Níðhöggr, and again, very close to another tier 4, but he's not able to go that way because of his spellbook path. He's going to have to pivot and get Freezing Rain for sure if he wants that next tier 4. But again, this is a very powerful Mordor. He's got the heroes out, and he's got the Easterling Archers aligned up. And Manslayers are not doing too well against the high-level heroes, Gothmog, Mouth of Sauron, and Shagrat right now. They were being debuffed by the Morgul Pikeman's armor passive. Tainted Land dropped here for Níðhöggr, going up against and pushing away Thena's archers. So I'm very surprised, honestly, that Thena didn't keep shooting. I think he could have been okay. I mean, yeah, they have heavy armor purchased, but Drummertroll leadership on the Easterling Archers is pretty significant. Now, Níðhöggr could get Build Me an Army dropped again. Easily could do that. And he's doing that right over here. Very nice. Okay. He's going for Uruk Pikes. Okay, so Thena has been sitting on Shelob for quite a while now. He has yet to use her. But I do like the Morgul Legion showing up on the field. It's very nice. Witch King level 7, though. Oof. Now again, everyone should be afraid of Drummertroll, Easterling Archers, Gothmog, and Mouth of Sauron combo, just because. Like, you throw some Black Arcs in here, that's pretty spooky. And we do happen to see Mordor losing a barracks thanks to a Sharku right over here. Oh, that Drummertroll buffing. Oh, wait. Oh, damn. Oh, my God. Sharku got spaded by that Gothmog summon. Unlucky for Níðhöggr. Unlucky. 25 in the bank, though, for Mordor. What level is the Witch King over here? Still level 7. We do have Freezing Rain selected, so Níðhöggr has pivoted right over here. Lurtz is back on the field, level 4, but again, as a reminder, we did move his cripple to level 5. So he's not going to end up having that for at least another level. He does have Relentless Warrior available, though, at level 3, so he's got to get the heroes kind of positioned just right enough. Okay, so Nid is in a very dangerous position. Yeah, he is Cunning a Kerner active, but again, it's trying to manage Mordor's heroes at the moment without Lurtz being level 5 with the pin. He was very slow to level here in this moment, in this match. And we happen to have Fires Ordwin and Sauron and Wraiths on Wings and Shelob all available. This is going to be a tough one for Nid to get out of. Definitely going to be a tough one. Gothmog having Master Siege is pretty cool, though. Okay, the pikes just expired. Oh, I like that Thena is actually using the tower again. Okay, maybe he's trying to do something here. And we happen to... Wait a second, though. Wait a second. Wrath of Kahadras is back, so if Nid can drop Wrath of Kahadras in a very opportune moment, this is going to look pretty good for him. And I think if he can just get enough firepower over here after dropping it on the heroes are going to be debuffed. Lurtz on the retreat, though, level 4, and he's at half health. Okay, he's got the heroes chasing after him. No, Thena could have used Morgul Blade and crippled Lurtz for sure. Oh my god. The tower chipping away at Lurtz too. Okay, hold on. Oh no, Sauron though on Nid's group heading into Thena's base. Unlucky. But you know what would have not... this would have been an okay thing for Nid to try and do. He's just got to build up his army, get some archers maybe, get some fighting Uruk-hai with blades, and drop Kahadras on the heroes and manage to get the... Oh, wait a second. Saruman on the field. Oh, this is not looking good. Saruman was bought way too late in the game for sure. And Morgul Blade. And we're at the Kahadras. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Nid trying to end up getting out of this position that he's in. He's definitely on the back foot. 975 CP, that's 750 of Mordor. Thena right now working pretty well with what he's got. Now this looks like an okay force, and Lurtz is in the back now. But again, Lurtz not being level 5 for that cripple is what's throwing Nid off his game right now. Freezing Rain, debuffing Mordor's troops is always a good time there. But Shelob might get dropped here. I feel like Shelob's going to get dropped here for the first time in the match. 24 points in the bank for Isengard. So Nid could just get whatever he wanted really at this point. Dark Sorcery popped off with Cracks of Doom dropped under here. Tainted Land is not back yet. Drummer Troll Terror, lots going on. Oh man, Lurtz is not level 5 yet, but again, he is in melee for Relentless Warrior. Okay, what's happening over here? Nid's got a lot of Warg Riders. A lot of Warg Riders. Catches a builder of Mordor's. What level is Witch King? Witch King's level 8. Okay, Thena continuing the charge down the center of Lakeland here. Uruk shield bearers on the field there. Oh, but Wraiths on Wings back on the field going after the Warg Riders. I don't happen to see Sharku here. Wait, oh no. Okay, so Fellstorm dropped on Mordor's base, and it looks like this... Oh, the garrison doesn't go down, but it's right there. Oh, man. Oh, okay, so the way that Thena kind of laid out his base, it separated things just enough. And he kind of played that pretty smart for the late game there with the radius of Fellstorm for sure. And Tainted Land just dropped over here. Mouth of Sauron level 10. Nazgul Terror, Witch King's Chill of Angmar, level 9! Oh, Nid is in such a disadvantage here, not having alerts at 5. But again, also not having the fire arrows upgrade from the armory earlier would have saved him a significant amount of time trying to work around with his archers. And it looks like, oh man. Grimma on the retreat. Grimma didn't get any levels this game, but again, Witch King's Chill of Angmar, he's on the retreat. Oh, Grimma just died. Whoa! Oh! Oh my god, what a chaotic game that was. Alright, so we had the return of the OG Níðhöggr now again. Everyone loved Nid when he was around in the previous patches, so let's give him a nice welcome back right there. With the version 9.0 eventually releasing. Now, again, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this epic game between Thena and Níðhöggr, and I'll see you at the next BetaCast.